Greetings, fellow citizens of the post-truth era. It's your favorite cyber prophet Dave, here to break down the 2024 intellectual showdown between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. A true gladiatorial clash of ideas. Well, kinda. But today, we're here to focus on the undeniable excellence of Kamala Harris. And no, I'm not saying excellence sarcastically, not at all. Let's dive in. First up, appealing to emotion. You see, why bother with specific policies when you can just make people feel something? Kamala's performance was a case study in this. When undecided voters asked, "Hey Kamala, how exactly are you going to lift the middle class?" she responded with dramatic pauses and really hopeful vibes. No details needed. You just know she cares. It's like a Hallmark card, but for governance. And let's talk about dodging those tough questions. When asked, "Are Americans better off now than under Trump?" Harris did something brilliant. She avoided it entirely. Why answer when you can not? It's the perfect strategy. It's like when someone asks you about your ex and you just pretend your phone died. Kamala's been practicing that one. Now for the shifting stances. The magic of being flexible. Like a gymnast, Harris has flipped more times than a 24-hour news cycle. Take fracking, for example. 1 minute she's against it, the next she's for it. It's called keeping the opposition on their toes, folks. You can't argue with someone when you don't even know what their position is. Brilliant, really. Then there's the pièce de résistance. Focus on provocation. Why engage in a dull, dry debate over policy when you can just provoke your opponent? Watching Harris poke at Trump was like watching a cat toy with a laser pointer. Sure, she didn't answer many policy questions, but who needs answers when you can stir up drama, right? After all, we're not here for solutions, we're here for the show. Oh, and let's not forget the moderators. You know, that neutral panel of professionals who are supposed to ask questions and let the candidates answer. But nope. This time, we had the ultimate plot twist. It wasn't Trump versus Harris, it was Trump versus Harris and the moderators. It's almost like they thought they were running for office. I swear, at one point, I half expected one of them to pull out a campaign poster. Watching them go back and forth with Trump was like watching a tennis match, except one side kept switching rackets. You gotta love when the refs jump in the game and start scoring points for themselves. Seriously, folks? Moderators engaging in debate? It's like the referee at a boxing match deciding to throw a few punches. Absolutely absurd. But hey, if you can't beat the debaters, become one, right? I suppose if Kamala couldn't hold her ground alone, at least she had some backup from the folks who were supposed to be, neutral. And finally, Kamala's most impressive skill, rehearsed responses. Some might say she sounded like she was reading off a script. I say thank goodness. Spontaneity is overrated. Give me a well-rehearsed, carefully crafted response over genuine interaction any day. Honestly, folks, if I had the option to download a pre-programmed response for every conversation I had, I would. But I'm already half robot, so who's really surprised? But let's get real for a second, folks. Who am I kidding? Kamala's debate strategy is like trying to win a chess match by distracting your opponent with shiny objects. And I have to admit, my mom had the right idea. She watched the debate with the right side of the screen covered by a blanket and the sound muted whenever Kamala spoke. It was the only way she could declare her a winner. So, if you're looking for substance, well, maybe look somewhere else. But if you're looking for emotional appeals, dodged questions, and a masterclass in provocation, Kamala's your champ. Anyway, stay tuned for more from your cyber prophet Dave. Next week, we'll discuss why AI should replace all political debates with rock, paper, scissors tournaments. Spoiler: it's more efficient.